Bink, new credit ETF from BlackRock's reader. JEPQ, solid call right strategy on Nasdaq 100 stocks. Wait for correction to add. Bank of England opts for smaller rate hike after better inflation news. China is no 1990s Japan, but it could have been. Buy alert. 3 hydrogen stocks nearing super attractive entry points. Gold price up slightly following U.S. jobs report with no surprises. Oil price forecast. Saudi Arabia, Russia production cuts fuel price rise. These hot ETFs could heat up more in August. SPXL, long-term potential but tread carefully. Short interest climbs higher across the Asia real estate management and development sector. Crude oil price forecast. Crude oil markets threatening resistance. Bet on batteries with this ETF. OPEC Plus ministers keep oil output policy unchanged. Sources. U.S. Weekly Fund Flows Insight Report. Taxable bond funds report first outflow in 5 weeks. Weak start to third quarter for China as PMI signals divergent sector growth and inflation trends. OPEC Plus panel meets against backdrop of a stronger oil market. Natural gas, WTI oil, Brent oil markets test multi-month highs. Oil prices are up 20% and energy stocks are rebounding. Gold prices lower for fourth day as traders await July U.S. jobs report. Inco. India's consumption growth story is still worth the higher entry price. Big Tech earnings review. ETFs in focus. DV, a promising new ETF in an old shell. Net asset value restatement for Simplify High Yield Plus Credit Hedge ETF, CDX. FGRO does not appear ready for prime time yet. NUSI outperforms broad equities in first half. Reinsurance Group of America, Incorporated, RGA, Q2 2023 earnings call transcript. 3 preferred stock funds yielding up to 9.4%. Oil prices on track for 6th straight weekly gain. ASHR, tempering the China optimism. DGRO, a great fund, but won't be spared in a credit event. Gold price forecast. Gold markets recovered during Friday trading. Oil on track for sixth straight weekly rise after supply cuts. Great Ajax Corp. AJX Q2 2023 earnings call transcript. Money manager shares sage advice for picking best ETFs. Gold price forecast. Zhao fate hangs on impending U.S. jobs data release. My top 15 high-growth dividend stocks for August 2023. July jobs, mixed report, solid wage gains, pressure remains on BLV. Credit event, long-duration treasuries, utilities and classifying a bear market. Central bank selling isn't phasing gold as futures rise in July. Time to buy the dip in Shopify through ETFs? Weighing South Africa's pluses, minuses. Oil prices rise after Saudi Arabia, Russia extend supply cuts. PFIX, continue to recommend as a hedge against rising long-term yields. Understanding covered call risk with XYLD. Columbia Seligman Premium Technology Growth Fund announces a third-quarter distribution. 9.25% annual rate for IPO investors. Up over 100%, this consumer discretionary ETF could go higher. Crude oil weekly price forecast. Crude oil markets threatening a major breakout. CPI could be a make-or-break moment for gold next week as prices look for direction. How active ETFs can navigate the September effect. Five ETFs to profit from Amazon's Q2 earnings beat. Should you buy this ETF with a jaw-dropping 16% yield? Consider sector positioning within high yield in 2H23. India's economic rise demands investor attention. Four reasons to bet on small-cap ETFs now. Gold weekly price forecast. Gold markets bounce late in the week. Equal weight RSP slightly outpaced benchmark in July. Tip: yield curve control to drive real yields back below zero. It might be good to hold some gold after U.S. debt downgrade. Time for value ETFs as Buffett indicator signals caution? Rising rates ETF, RISR, hits new 52-week high. 8 funds to consider if China's efforts to revive economy gain traction. Why I stopped buying rental properties to buy REITs instead. Gold market analysis for August 4. Key intraday price entry levels for active traders. Insider buying accelerates in this important sector. SMIN, best ETF to buy India for long-term growth. High growth retirement passive income, SCHD or DGRO. Two bond ETFs crack Forbes advisor list for long-term exposure. Cooler, wetter August could temper corn, soybean prices. Challenges linger in corporate bond market. Rosenbluth talks AI on ETF Edge. Four Invesco energy ETFs that rallied last month. This week in ETFs, JP Morgan converts 2 funds. Three best meme ETFs to buy now. Three high growth stocks to buy before the breakout. Gold, silver, platinum. Gold tests the $1,940 level as dollar pulls back. Gold prices remain stuck in neutral as U.S. economy created 187,000 jobs in July, wages increase. India's economic rise demands investor attention. Two options to trade the hype around artificial intelligence. Saudi Arabia hikes most September oil prices to Asia. Warren Buffett likes pipelines, are top picks. Seven feet strong buy, EV stocks you should be loading up on now. Beyond big tech, alternative ways to invest in AI, according to 2 ETF experts. Gold price forecast. Traders struggle as dollar soars, bond yields climb. Analysts more bullish on gold following lower job growth, higher wage inflation. Nationwide's ETFs offered distribution yields above 7% in Q1. Chart of the week. Making changes with fixed income ETFs. PBJ. Improved safety margin a positive for this little-known food and beverage ETF. Bitcoin can be ESG driver. Fundamentals and sentiment aren't aligned in the oil market, says Energy Intelligence's Amina Bakr. Government. Fitch downgrade is symbolic. The incoming Treasury supply wave is the key risk. ETFs in focus post Apple's Q3 earnings and revenue beat. Interest rate hedge ETFs on the rise again. Bots, fading, AI trade, exuberance implies sharp reversal. Gold's Green Day. A closer look at resistance levels and trend reversals. Credit Suisse announces coupon payments and expected coupon payments on Credit Suisse X links. Exchange-traded notes. The ETNs. Consider EQL for concentration risk allocation. IVOV. A well-diversified value ETF for long-term investors. Final trades. AMD, Oxy, CAT and EEM. SGOV and USFR. Follow Warren Buffett and buy treasuries. Silver may need a recession and new all-time highs from gold to break $30. Mike McGlone.